is going fast in our ever-changing world, and in order to survive and stay relevant, our brand Kelvin brand must understand the changing need and demand of our consumer and therefore compete differently. We must take into account the emotional need and desire of our consumer and build stronger connection and relationship with them. By appealing to people emotion, we can engage them on a different levels. For instance, a deeper, lasting connection with the consumer by creating the infusion of emotional fulfillment generate a sense of brand loyalty. Markov explained the importance of emotional branding when reaching out to consumers. Brand connection within notification products that are culturally related, social standards, and present at all points of contact in people live are considered highly in the consumer mind as they seek to redefine for themselves the quality level of their life. Gold also goes on to justify that emotional branding focus on the most compelling aspects of the human character, the desire to transcend material satisfaction and experience emotional loyalty. Lamphere, as Stephen Harrington stated in his With Six lecture, in branding the emphasis is so much on quality and tangible value, e.g., benefit, but focus more on the intangible value, the loyalty, the logic, the longevity, comfort, consideration, and family value that Kelvin Blanchett promotes. Family are our most important target market as they are the ones with the bigger desire for family love, happiness, comfort, and we wish to offer the best product for their family.
The most important thing in advertising is representing the brand correctly. As Vade points out, most people believe a brand speaks to them in some way and represents a lifestyle they either have or aspire to, or a unique service they want. Our advertising concept is to appeal to families, which is the target audience. Therefore, values relating to families have been chosen for the commercial. These are comfort, longevity, family values, and consistency. We have represented these values by attempting to impress a product, service, or a business on the mind of a consumer. Taking the consumer through our advertisement, it will be clear that the photos represent our values. Firstly, using photos of family in bed represents something that other people want or aspire to. Of course, this may not actually happen by buying these bed sheets, but people still like to believe that it will. We have represented longevity by telling a life story through the advertisement. By watching certain characters grow up through the advertisement, it conveys the value of consistency and backs up longevity. Finally, we have tied comfort and family together by representing the family as happy and joyful in the sheets. This is to be clearly conveyed the message that the sheets are comfortable and a great family investment for the future that everyone can enjoy, not just the sheets. The first three slides show an infant, toddler, and young girl wrapped up around the sheets and in a deep sleep. We've used these first pictures to show that our sheets are so soft and comfortable that even young fussy children will enjoy them so much that they simply drift off into a peaceful sleep. The next slide, depicting a typical adolescent boy's room, conveys the fact that even the slovenly day-to-day habits of these stereotypical teenagers aren't enough to detract from the longevity and comfort of Kelvin's bed sheets. The next two slides show two young couples, both again in their beds under the sheets. The first seem madly in love, while the second give off an impression that an argument has taken place. Both of these couples are entwined in the sheets and represent a consistency that families deem valuable. This part of the commercial shows that even if an argument is taking place, we'll always be there for you. The next two slides show two very content elderly couples enjoying each other's company within our bed sheets, and this represents the happiness and longevity of not only the bed sheets, but conveys family happiness as well. The final slide is to let the consumer know what our product actually is, because before this slide no one actually knows exactly what is being advertised. This was decided because we didn't want to scare the audience and wanted to engage them in our story. This is why we decided to leave our brand until the last slide. As well, this slide reiterates everything that is represented throughout the previous slides and gives across our tagline of no matter what life throws at you, we'll always be there. It will give the interpretation to the target audience of our brand values.
To the consumer, this commercial concept illustrates the key values that families strive to be surrounded by. The ideas of consistency, comfort, longevity, and the stages of life are conveyed through the slides showing infants to elderly couples. The most likely interpretation of the brand's advertisement is that when anybody has Kelvin's bedsheets on their bed, they are surrounded by the values of family, allowing their quality of life to increase. The consumer connects emotionally to the slogan, "No matter what life throws at you, we'll always be there," because while creating a sense of consistency, it adds to the comfort factor. Comfort in this instance is being surrounded by things that make you happy and content. We are targeting people and families, and as such we have mirrored specific qualities that our customers believe to be important. These qualities were chosen to indicate to the consumer that we, Kelvin's Bedsheets, understand them and appreciate their struggles and ultimately their needs. By connecting to the consumer emotionally, we are helping to remove logic and encouraging them to make a decision based off of what they feel. Edward O'Keefe from myprofessionaladvertisement.com states that stimulus from an advertisement triggers a person's instinct and they experience real feelings. Taking this into consideration, we have chosen images that we can deduct a stereotypical psychological response from, thus being able to interpret the most likely response to a commercial. The images of infants and young children drag maternal instincts to nurture and protect and joy out of the customer. These emotional reactions increase the desire to buy Kelvin's bedsheets simply to feel that joy or provide for and nurture your own child. By using the image of the slovenly teenage boy, mothers especially identify the need for bedsheets that provide longevity. This adds to a mother's need to provide quality items to her family. The young couple in bed suggests to younger adults that these bedsheets are not just simply bedsheets, but are worthy enough for a partner, and if you have these on your bed, maybe they'll be enticed to stay over. People will always be comforted by the fact that there is a stable entity or intangible value present in their everyday lives. The following slides depict starting families where happiness and joy are the two most prominent emotions experienced. Towards the end of the advertisement, elderly couples are shown. People then associate the longevity of relationship, happiness, protection, providing for a family and quality with the bed sheets themselves. The psychological appeal of these sheets is increased because they are now associated with the qualities and lifestyles the consumer desires. These people shown in the advertisement are what the consumers are aspiring to be, and by having these bed sheets in their home,